Hi, guys. My name is Herdman, and I am here today with Laurie Richards, and we're talking about goal setting. Get asked a lot about goals. We encourage people to set goals in all of our workshops, seminars, coaching, anytime we're in front of a group of people. Now, the thing that happens with this is the question is, I've set some goals, and I really just had a hard time. Well, there's a Harvard study, and they took juniors and seniors from high school and freshmen and sophomores from college. They put them in a room, and I'll give you the long story short. The group was split in half, and the group that wrote down their goals and put them someplace that they were forced to look at them every single day achieved their goal at 77% higher than the group who didn't do these things. One other thing that was noticed, the people doing the research noticed, is that the group that wrote down their goals and looked at them 2 or 3 times a day overachieved. In fact, 25% of the group overachieved. So if they said, I want to lose 20 pounds, they lost 25 pounds. If they want to save $1,000, they saved $1,200. So that's where I always go to. And I don't mean that as like the low-hanging fruit, but that's the challenge question when someone says, well, I kind of had a hard time achieving the goal. I say, did you write them down? Did you put them in writing? Yeah. And then I get the, no, you were just trying to think about them. Yeah. Did you look at them? If you did put them in writing, did you look at them every day? Well, no. So those 2 things right now, as I'm getting ready to throw this over to Laurie, those 2 things are the things that I would offer you. Make sure your goals are in writing. Make sure you're posting them somewhere where you can look at them every day. Laurie, what do you do with this question when it comes up?
You know what? There are 2 things that I think are so important communication-wise. You know, that's my area, not productivity, but communication. And I believe communication is a huge part of our productivity. 80% of our time is wasted because of poor communication skills. And part of that, when it comes to goal setting, is one, be careful who you tell. Because there are some people who will tear you down and they'll knock you over from even starting. They'll say you can't do it. And so be very careful who you tell that you've set a goal, because they can stop you before you even start. Don't let that happen if this is really a smart goal for you, a good goal for you. And the second is to stand up for yourself as part of that goal. I use the phrase, you know what, I have another appointment at that time, so I can't meet with you. So if I've set a time to learn a language or exercise or whatever it is that I've set that goal to do, get something done, and somebody calls me and says, do you have an availability at that time? I say, you know what, I have another appointment at that time. Can we do it some other time? So I offer another time, but I'm not afraid to stand up for myself. And when somebody says to me, you know, if I'm on a diet and somebody says, oh, just 1 bite, I always make sure to assert myself without being rude, assert myself by saying, no, I really don't care for any just now. Thank you though. You know, so make sure that you're protecting yourself, not being rude to someone else, but protecting yourself with your own goals. That'll help.
One thing, I just want to add this in. I think it's going to be valuable to people watching. What do you, when keep it to yourself comes up, what about the argument that some people have for putting certain things out there as a way to leverage you, like posting, hey, I'm doing this over the next 6 weeks on social media, so all your friends are seeing this. What do you think?
Yeah. You know what? There's no one way. And if you're a person that has other people that hold you to something, then that might be your best approach. But a lot of people feel like the reason they don't set goals is because they haven't been able to achieve them, and they're highly influenced by people with negativity. If you take a sheet of paper and write down the people who support you on one side and the people who don't on the other side, take a look at where that is and whether you're talking to people who support you or whether you're putting that out there to people who don't support you. So make sure you've got that support system. Really important for anyone, but be careful who you tell. Sometimes social media is not the way to go.
Yes, I know. That's, you know, my thoughts on social media. We should use social media, not let social media use us.
Yes.
Guys, you are here today with Laurie Richards, insightful communication problem solver, best-selling author. Connect with her where you're watching this video. She's at laurierichards.com and on LinkedIn at Laurie Richards. Guys, have a wonderful day. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time you're watching this. Take care, and we'll see you next time.
Take care, folks.
Bye.